Posting that we're live now. Posting that we're... Boom. Can hear myself. That's good. All right. Yep. Everything seems good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very impromptu stream. I did not expect that I was going to be opening up this box. And then I also didn't expect that I was going to open it on stream. So that is 2 surprises for today. Yep, it's a unboxing day stream. Hello, everyone. So this was actually a gift from me, from Richard, for the holidays, which is very lovely of him. And I decided, you know what? I was going to initially hold on to this box of Commander Legends. It's draft boosters, not the collector's edition. It's the draft boosters. I was going to hold on to this box post-quarantine, you know, once everybody's vaccinated and everything, and play with some friends, you know, do like sealed or whatever. But this thing has been sitting on my shelf for a while, and the temptation has gotten really strong. And, you know, like, it's the holidays. I haven't really gotten any festive craziness going on. So I thought, you know, it would be fun treating myself, opening up this box. And you know what? I haven't opened up a box in a very, very long time. I don't even remember the last time I actually opened up a box of Magic cards. Honestly, it's been so long. Like, usually when I open stuff up, it's like a Commander Precon or something like that. I haven't actually opened up a box in the longest of time, so this is actually kind of weird for me. Kind of cool for me. Yes, I do have very pale hands. They have not seen the sun in a very long time. Only from a distance. But yes, there will be no wrist action this time. So yeah, Commander Legends is actually a very sweet set. I actually am, I guess, in the minority where I actually do enjoy drafting the set. So I would have preferred, I will like to draft it at some point in real life. I've done so 3 or 4 times on Magic Online. So yeah, the plan is actually going to be, I open up this box, you know, I use the cards. Maybe I do a boxing league. I don't know. I just want like some thought vessels and like some war rooms and stuff. I was gonna buy them. I'm like, well, they're in the box, right? Like, I don't need to buy Commander Legends singles if I have this big old box just sitting here. Maybe I could even get a Vampiric Tutor, you know? Hello, Kane. Julie, what specific cards are you looking for? Any foils or etched or singles? So I'm looking for like a couple copies of Thought Vessel. They're gonna show up in a bunch of my decks. I want like 2 copies of War Room because I do have a bunch of monocolor decks that War Room just makes sense to put it into, like Toshiro. Beyond that, like, I would like a Vampiric Tutor. A Vampiric Tutor would be really cool. It's a mythic, so I'm not expecting it to show up in this box, but if I do get a Vampiric Tutor, that would be pretty sweet. I'd put it in my Toshiro Umezawa deck, which is mono black control. It's an instant, so Toshiro can actually cast it from the graveyard, which is a really nice interaction. I don't really care about Hull Breacher. I personally won't be running it in my decks. It is an upgrade in a bunch of decks, but I feel like the amount of feel bads they will, you know, incur is not really worth it for me. Maybe I put it in my Edric CDH deck because I don't think feel bads really exist in CDH. But the problem is I just don't play that much CDH, right? So in more casual settings, I'm trying to focus on like what's fun for everyone. In CDH, the people's fun is trying to be competitive, right? So I would run Hull Breacher in there. But yeah, that's why I don't really care about Hull Breacher. Obviously, having like a Jeweled Lotus or something opened up would be great because then I can just like trade that in for stored credit and then get the cards that I actually want to play with. Maybe I put it in one of my decks for the memes or whatever. But anyway, Yeah, that is the plan. But can we see the wrench though? Oof. You know what? As a treat, as a holiday treat, I'll bust out the wrench if I can find it. Ah, there you are. The wrench. I don't know why I didn't take off the tag yet. I'm not sponsored by Tecton or whatever, but you know, whatever. In case I need to return it. Let me catch up on some stuff. Hey Thomas, thanks. War Room is in my Helia deck. So good, so fitting. Yeah, I think War Room is really solid, especially in like 1 to 2 color decks. You have the spots for utility colorless lands in there, and compared to other similar cards that draw you a card when you pay like 4 mana, it's pretty competitive, right? Hello, hello. Are you the sort as you break or break everything then sort? I think I'm probably going to just break everything then sort, but I'll put like the rares and the mythic rares in a separate pile just for the sake of entertainment, I guess, because we can like rifle through it out at the end. Hey, Swirling Toilets. I'm glad the tweet helped out. I usually don't talk about like, you know, my sexuality or whatever on content because it's not relevant, right? Like we're just playing Magic the Gathering. But it was really nice to see a lot of people mentioning to me once they did hear, because it was just like an offhand comment. I didn't even remember I mentioned it in the video. Apparently it was like the first time I mentioned it in a Commander Clash. But the response was a lot of people were being like, hey, it's nice to know that you're gay, and it feels nice to have to know that I'm like, you know, my sexuality is being represented in like this nerd sphere, which I think that's really great. I think I'm glad like something that's very small on my part can help people feel included. That's great. If you pull a Mana Drain, will you give it to Krim? I feel like Krim already has like a play set of Mana Drain. I don't think he needs any more. I got a foil Coffiner. The art is so good. It makes me want to build a deck around him. The Coffiner was in my first Magic Gathering limited deck, or the first draft deck that I did on Magic Online. And oh my goodness, is Coffiner really good in limited? A lot of crazy loops. Fertilid was actually like an MVP. I got every single basic land out of my library onto the battlefield thanks to Fertilid loops, because it's 0/0 in the graveyard. So like anything brings it back with Coffiner, which is great. Hull Breacher, Hull Breacher is good. I don't have any problem with Hull Breacher in like a more competitive setting, and also like I don't really care. I don't think Hull Breacher is even that like obnoxious. Used just fairly. I want to say fairly, but like anytime like an opponent is drawing a card, it's just like when you put Hull Breacher alongside Wheels, I just don't like it. I feel like it's just too powerful, and it kind of like ends the game without ending the game, if you know what I mean. Like the game, you lost your entire hand, so you're severely behind, but the person who did that move doesn't actually win the game yet, so you can't really just like concede or anything. You have to still play it through. So it just feels, it's in this weird position of just feeling bad. Yes, there is a traditional Christmas wrench. Any reprints you would enjoy and don't have, especially Scroll Rack? Scroll Rack I don't have. Vampiric Tutor I don't have. Mana Drain I don't have. I think there's one more. I could get more copies of 3 Visits. There's a bunch. I don't think I can be disappointed in this booster box, because there are so many uncommons that I want to have. Like, I just want some Thought Vessels, man. I want some Command Towers. I'm low on Command Towers. A Sol Ring would be nice. I'm missing a Sol Ring from one of my decks. you know, just not anything too crazy. I just want some commons and uncommons and some rares. All right. Hey, Neotic. Soul Ring is only from C. Oh, it's only from collector's editions? Alright, well, I'm sad. I guess I'm not getting the Soul Ring from here. But I'm assuming Soul Ring's not, like, that expensive right now to pick up a single of. But yeah, there's a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch that I will be happy from here. Oh, well. Alright, I don't know the etiquette on opening a Commander booster box. Like I said, I don't actually remember the last time I've actually opened a Commander booster box before. I've opened precons for like the last decade. I've had like one copy of each precon ever made, or at least like the Commander 20X precons. I haven't been picking up like the Zendikar Rising precons and stuff like that. But I haven't opened up a booster box in so long. I really hope this is like not like terrible opening words. Oh, this is gonna be the awkward stream. This is gonna be if you thought this was a professional opening video where I just do everything perfect, oh boy, have you not seen any of my videos before? Because this is gonna be like, have you seen me shuffle stream? If you haven't seen me shuffle in real life, I would highly recommend checking some of the webcam EDH streams we've posted on this YouTube channel. I struggle on shuffling cards, which is like the most basic skill to have in Magic the Gathering. So imagine me opening this box properly. Why is there a wrench? It was requested, alright? I don't ask questions. Rai says, watch your newest video and I really like the commentary. Nice. Glad you enjoyed it. From last packs I opened were at the Theros Beyond Death pre-release. I honestly don't remember the last time I opened a pack. So this is kind of exciting for me. I've opened a lot of Commander precons. I haven't opened a pack in a long time. A very long time. No face cam? I mean, I have one camera. The camera is pointed down this time. I actually have two cameras, all right? To my shame, I do have a second camera. I have not set it up properly though. Not set it up properly, but it is. I don't know why I keep putting it in the wrap. I feel like it protects it somehow, but it probably doesn't. The Canon EOS M50, which I've been playing around with, and you'll see it in future videos, but I haven't had a proper setup where I have both the webcam and the camera, so you can get my face cam and the camera at the same time. But maybe someday I'll be a professional. Someday I'll be a real boy. Shuffling Commander is hard. I have small hands. Me too. Small hand gang. Represent. Yay, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's open this baby up. Let's open this baby up. Take your picture on your phone and put it next to the box. Take your picture on your phone and put it next to the box. I don't know what the instructions unclear. Opening box. How do you open it this way, or there's a flap? I feel like the flap notes something. Maybe you push it backwards. Is it backwards, chat, or do you open it this way? I feel like there's two ways to do it, and I'm failing at both. Ooh, all right. The flap is for display. Oh, okay. Are you supposed to like this? I don't want to crease it. It's fine. All right, so we get a little brochure. Isn't that fun? It says that it explains the draft a little bit, which most people seem to ignore, because I don't know how many people are drafting in quarantine life. But I don't know. That's kind of cool. Tells you the archetypes of the draft. That's nice. Good to know. All right. Oh, look how many boosters do we have in there? Does it say? It should say, right? Here we go. 24 draft boosters. 24 draft boosters. All right. Very nice. ASMR? No, I don't think I could pull out ASMR. Read it? I'm not going to read it. It's boring. I'll read the cards we're opening. You're in Toronto, right? I live near Toronto. And lockdown life is, it's fine. I don't know. It's worse for a lot of other people, so I really can't complain, right? So here is Closed Knife Man. Oh, that is a good tip. Thank you. Waytomer is a Visco girl. I don't know what a Visco is. But let's just go into the first pack, shall we? Did I tell you? Did I tell you it will be awkward for me to open boosters? Well, here it is. Here's confirmation. All right, we got a little ad. Does the ad come with it? Oh, it's a token. That's nice. All right, maybe we should start over here then. Okay. Inspiring Roar. Not a card I would recommend in draft. This card is pretty decent in draft. I don't know. You usually go pretty late game. So something like this where it's like a 2/3 that can block early and then you just dump into it. It's fine. Spontaneous Mutation. All right, let's see how it's looking on the stream. Is this good? Is this good? We're good. We're pretty good. Yeah. Seems good. Feels very much the same as pre-lockdown in my part of Ottawa. That's true, but like you can't go out. You can't go to, like gyms are closed, for example. Gyms are closed. You can't eat out. So yeah, if you ever want to go on a date, that's awkward. Yeah, there's like any like gatherings are just like not doable right now, which sucks. But you know, okay. Howling Golem, Brazen Freebooter, which is I don't know. I like this one. Azer Fleet Admiral. This one is actually pretty sweet for a common. It does give you the monarchy, and then if you don't have the monarchy, it can steal the monarchy very easily. I consider this one of the better commons in draft. I don't know if people care about draft though, but let me know if you don't care about draft or you do care about draft. I can talk to you about draft and my like philosophy behind it, but yeah, if people just want to see packs open, then I can go a little bit faster. This is another one good for draft. There's a lot of flyers. Having a nice blocker. The vigilance is not really relevant, to be honest. They usually just can't really attack because if you don't have flying, you're kind of screwed. Foundry Inspector is another good one. Ooh, I like the draft. The set is tame. I felt it was good. There's some things that I would change, obviously, but I thought it was overall pretty good. We like draft. All right, Foundry Inspector, really good in like blue strategies. There's a lot of like artifact strategies. Foundry Inspector is good. Again, though, like being a 3/2, not really relevant. You can't really attack if you don't have evasion in this format, I feel. Ghastly Demise, also really good. Common removal, instant speed, all good stuff. Here's some spice. Angel of the Dawn. It's a 3/3 flyer. It also gives a nice little relevant boost to giving your creatures +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. This is the type of card that I like to see, and you like to fill up. The weird thing about draft in Commander Legends is your mana curve is so unlike any other draft. Like in 1 versus 1, you have high priority of picking up really solid 2/3 drops. You really want to curve out and tempo out. And in Commander Legends, you throw that curve out the window. That curve moves like entirely to like the 5 and 6 range. All you want is early game. You want early game ramp. So you pick up every single mana rock you can possibly find at 2 CMC and fill up with those. Those are like super high picks. And then you just want like incremental card advantage and fatties and big bombs and stuff with evasion and stuff with encore. Very different draft style. Workshop Assistant's also really good. Recursion's really good. Because you need to find card advantage any way possible, and Workshop Assistant could do easy loops if you like get something with Workshop Assistant and get Workshop Assistant back. Prophetic Prism it's fine. Faith's Fetter is another good one. Ooh, we have an etched foil somewhere, but I'm gonna hide it. You might know what it is though, if you saw it. Maybe I'll catch up a little bit on the. Said I have to go to the market right now. Good luck on your openings. Thank you. Do you like the court cycle with the monarch? Actually, you know what? I'll finish this pack and then I'll catch up on chat. All right, Face Fetters. Meteor Golem, I actually put in a bunch of my budget decks. I think, yep. I think Meteor Golem's like pretty solid as a budget inclusion, especially if you can cheat on the mana cost. Like if you can just like cheat into play with Perforos, or just since it's an artifact, if you can like Goblin Welder it into play without paying its mana cost, it's really solid. Elves you control get +2/+0. I don't think this is a good card in any deck, but you know, it's fine. All right, here we go. Elvis Dreadlord. Death Touch. When Elvis Dreadlord dies, non-elf creatures get -3/-3 until end of turn, and you can encore it. So you pay 7. Elvis Dreadlord comes into play. You have a 3/3 attacking each opponent. If you have 3 opponents, as is typical for a 4-player free-for-all game, when they all die, all non-elf creatures get -9/-9 until end of turn. So it's kind of like a board wipe if you don't have, if your opponents don't have elf cards. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, here we go. Another rare, Averna the Chaos Bloom. As you cascade, you may put a land card from among the exiled cards onto the battlefield tapped. It's a Teamer card, green, blue, red for a 4/2 Elemental Shaman. This is like a nice, solid Cascade support card. It doesn't itself Cascade, so I've noticed a lot of people who want to run Teamer Cascade decks, they generally stick to like Maelstrom Wanderer, or I think there's a new one that came out. Maybe I got that wrong. But there's also like Yidris if you add black to it. Yidris is also very powerful. Averna is the cheapest of the bunch, and she's also the least threatening of the bunch. But I do think she is better still in the 99 of a Yidris Cascade deck or a Maelstrom Wanderer Cascade deck. Ooh, all right, another rare. I did not realize we have like 3 rares in this pack, but okay. Nostro, Voice of the Crags. This is a Jeskai commander. 1 generic, blue, red, and a white for a legendary Chimera. It taps to choose 1. X is the number of spells you've cast this turn. Scry X. Nostro deals X damage to target creature, or you gain 3 life. I think this card is kind of poop. Yeah, it's kind of poop. But here's some spice. Toggo Goblin Weaponsmith. Toggo's actually really solid. Whenever a land, it's a 3-mana red Goblin Artificer. It says whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Rock with equipped creature has 1 and tap. Sacrifice Rock. This creature deals 2 damage to any target and equip 1. And has partner. Toggo really wants to be in a green deck. You want to partner him with a green deck. You want to fill up with mana rocks and fetch lands and everything like that. He's an incredibly efficient artifact generator. That's really what he's about. Like, you just flood the battlefield with these rocks. You don't even necessarily need to use them for their intended purpose of like throwing them, though it is very effective that way too. You could just use them multiple different ways, like tinker targets with Cold Growth of Forgemaster. You can tap them with Inspiring Statuary. They fuel a bunch of like Artifact Matters effects, and you can go infinite quite easily as well, without even equipping him. So I think it's solid. I think it's a solid card. I'm probably not going to read every single card here, because that would be a very long stream, but I just wanted to do it for the first pack. And now I will quickly catch up on comments, and we'll move to the next one. Bum bum bum. Inspiring Word is a house. Okay, interesting. No. Say my name? I can't read without Necro. Sorry. I want to say like Al-Ud? I don't know. I can't read without Nicodot. Al-Ud is definitely wrong. Tomer, do you play any non-Commander formats? And what got you into Commander? I play lots of Limited, usually. I haven't been playing a lot of Limited lately, but I usually play a lot of Limited, like Theros and ever since, like, I don't know, for a long time. Ever since, like, original Theros, I've been playing a lot of Limited. And what got you into Commander? The original Commander precons from 2011 were my introduction to Commander as a format. A bunch of my friends wanted to play Magic together, and each of us picked a precon, and I was the last to pick, so I was just, by default chosen to get Zedru, the political puppets deck. Zedru the Great-Hearted. And that worked out well for me because that was the one I wanted anyway. So Zedru the Great-Hearted was my first commander, and Political Puppets was my first pre-constructed deck. I still own that deck too. It started as a Political Puppets deck, which I modified over time. So that's how I got into it. 2011 Commander Precon. Whoop! Second pack. Say my name. Oh my goodness! So many people saying "say my name." Oh, it's just two people. All right. I can't say people's names, please. Could be really good in a Barbarigmo deck. What's your favorite commander/commander pair in the set? Arumi is my favorite commander in the set. I really like her. I am a little bit biased because I did have her as the preview card for the set, but I do think she's legit really, really fun to build around. So yeah, that would be my choice. Let's get the token out of the way. It is another soldier token. All right, you guys got a buddy. Open a Novinral and two Viserys here. Two Viserys here is solid. And Novinral's also very solid. Have you played against Iomati in Limited? So I have not. But she does seem very strong. I think mine was Riku. Yeah. Walter. You're damn right. Mono Blue Toothy. That's interesting. Alright. So we got Corpse Churn. We got Renegade Tactics. Really good in Zada. MVP in Zada decks. I wrote a primer on Zada. Very cheap deck that is also highly competitive at lower budgets. So you should check that out. It's on the YouTubes. Zada, Budget Zada. Scholar Stars. Lifecrafter's Gift. I should put this a little bit closer. Here we go. There we go. Hopefully it focuses a little bit more. I don't know how to make it focus. Focus. All right. Welding Sparks. Cage of Hands. Entourage of Trest. Malfield Twins. Scab Goliath. Palace Sentinels. Apparently this is like kind of strong in Pauper. I could be wrong. I haven't played Pauper in like 10 years. But I've heard that Monarchy is kind of really good. They're kind of legit in the format right now. Ambush Viper. Morphous Axe. Rupture Spire. I never recommend running. Return to Dust. Return to Dust is interesting just because it used to be such a staple in Commander, and slowly but surely people have been moving away to it to just more faster, efficient options. It's still a good card, but yeah, we're just slowly getting better, faster, more mana efficient options these days, and 4 mana removal is a little bit just slow these days. Cast Down, not really great in Commander. Imperious Perfect, nice. Archon of Coronation. This is a flyer, 6 mana white flyer, creature Archon 5/5. When Archon of Coronation enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. As long as you're the Monarch, damage doesn't cause you to lose life. Seems okay. Seems alright. Not something I'm personally that excited for, but I think this is really good if you pair it with like in a Boros deck, where if you are dealing damage with earthquake effects and you're trying to burn the table out, This can kind of like prevent a bunch of damage that way. So that's kind of cool. All right, now we got Rebic, Architect of Ascension, which is nice protection for architects. Ooh, and we got Rograk, son of Rogue. Oh man, R, son of R. It's a Kobold Warrior, costs 0, really cool gimmick. First Strike, Menace, Trample. It's a 0/1. It has Partner. I've seen this card actually used hilariously many different ways, and it's actually very powerful. In a recent Commander Clash, Richard was showcasing its power in a Rograk Arden Boros equipment deck, and it was actually very effective. But I've also seen Rograk played in sacrifice decks, red partnered with a black partner like Tevish Vat, where essentially you can play like Rograk and then like sacrifice Rograk to draw cards immediately. It's just like card draw, or it's utility in your command zone. You don't even need to load him up to make him a powerful beater. He's just there to be super efficient card advantage or whatever utility you need. So Rograk is really strong. I really like this card. I think the design is really cool, and it's just like a neat card without being like obnoxiously powerful or anything. Then we got a foil. It's a Spontaneous Mutation. I think the foil kind of looks good. And the bending, at least out of the pack, the curling is not too bad yet. Not too bad yet. But I feel like that will change very soon. All right. Rograk plus Docksword, Extortionist, and Cloudstone Curia. Yeah, that is a combo. That is a combo. Command Zone shown a Rograk, a Chroma partner pair of the Decimated table. Yeah. Rograk does come with, how many keywords does Rograk come with? 1, 2, 3 keywords. So Chroma already would give Rograk like 3 + 3 + 3 at the very least. Oops, Pringle already. Yeah, I mean, the quality of these foils are kind of terrible. So, yeah. So you're adorable. I hope I could play Commander with you on one day. Hey, Mark, thanks for saying that. If you do play either Magic Online or on webcam, just shoot me an email at tomer@mtggoldfish.com. States whether or not sorry. I'm going to go over that one more time. Send me an email if you have if you can use voice chat. So like if you have a working microphone and you're comfortable doing it on stream. And if you use either webcam EDH or Magic Online, and you want to be on a future stream, I've set up a Discord where I just I assemble future games, future play groups through that Discord. So if you want to be invited to the Discord, just send me an email at tomer@mtggoldfish.com. Wow, that took me a long time to say. I guess I'm still very tired. All right, so we got a token. It is a Thrall. That is kind of sweet. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, hey, Afro Magic. Thank you. Thanks. I didn't realize you people would be on today, but thank you. Thank you for showing up and helping. Rograk plus Jessica's Will is amazing. Yeah. What was the first mythic you ever pulled? Okay, I actually have a story with that. There was I think it was an Alara draft. It was like one of the first drafts I ever participated in, and I watched like a bunch of guides on how to properly draft Alara, and I wanted to win. I really wanted to win. I didn't really care about the cards themselves because I didn't really have a collection at that point. So I went to my local game store and we drafted Shards of Alara, I believe. I want to say Shards of Alara. And I kept opening mythic rares. And one of the rares I remember was like Godsire. And there was one person at the table to the left of me, or like two seats to the left of me, or whatever. I think he was to the left of me. That was always like yelling out, like, "Holy crap! Who like passed this like mythic rare? Like, why are people passing these like mythic rares?" And like in my mind, I was like thinking about curve and not looking for like these like super expensive like 8 drops or whatever. And every single time he would like loudly explain like who's passing this? Like who's crazy enough to all pass this thing? And that was kind of like annoying me. But sure enough, I paired up with him in the first game, and I just destroyed him because I had actually like a nice reasonable curve. I didn't have like a godlike deck or anything. I just had like a bunch of 2-drops or 3-drops and 4-drops. And here was this guy who was like rare drafting. So I ended up like getting in first place in my first draft. I was really, really excited about that. And then afterwards, I was like, hey, I'll trade you one of my packs that I won for like your Godsire. And he was like, sure. And I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, so here's the pack. Aqueous Form, really solid card in a bunch of decks. I put it in Daxos. I put it in like Fata Adele. I put it in a bunch of decks. It's really solid. Crow Dark Tidings. There we go. Crow Dark Tidings is really nice it's okay self-mill. It's really good in limited. Less good in constructed because the body is less relevant. But if you don't have like $4 to spend on like a Stitcher's Apprentice or whatever it's called, this does a fine job. Skyraker Giants, Kite Sail Corsair, Gift of Paradise, Impulsive Pilfer. Not really impressed with this one. I really like most of the on-card cards, but this one just seems a little bit too weak, personally. Maybe I'm misjudging it, though. Liz Alana Bowmaster. This card is a house in Limited. Because, like, if you don't have evasion in Limited, in multiplayer, you're just not attacking. It's just not happening, right? And the most common form of evasion in Commander Legends is flying, and Lissalana Bowmaster just machine guns them all down. It's kind of disgusting. If you're an Elf Tribal and you get a Lissalana Bowmaster on the battlefield, oh boy, is that card crazy. I'd like Color is also really good, just in general. It's better in Elf decks, but it's just good in general. Core Cartographer, oh, it's unconditional ramp in white. I don't think that is allowed anymore, but I'm glad that it, at some point, Wizards of the Coast felt that was okay to do. Oh, wait, it also, I should have mentioned, it can grab even non-basic planes, so you can get dual lands with it and stuff on like Nisfield planes and whatnot. It's a good card. Silverback Shaman, Seer's Lantern. I think this was like the first, I want to say this was the first card that MTG Goldfish previewed ever. I want to say that. It was either that or like the one that makes clues. Either way, right? Both of them are bad cards, but, you know, it's kind of cool that we got that the site got that card. Staunch Throne Guard, also meh. Opal Palace, really solid. I wish one day Richard will figure out how to use it properly. It has a lot of potential if you actually use it the way the card text says you're supposed to use it. Tomor, I meant to ask you about this on stream, but what first got you into Commander? So I started with Commander 2011, the precons. A bunch of friends and I decided to go get into Commander for the first time because it was like the first year that Commander was officially an official product, an official format that was supported by Wizards of the Coast. And Commander 2011 was like their flagship product. And a bunch of us, I think it was like 4 or 5 of us, all wanted to get into Commander at the same time. So each of us bought one of the Commander precons. And I picked last, so I was just given Political Puppets, the Zedru the Great-Hearted deck. And it worked out really well in my favor because Zedru was my top choice anyway. I really wanted to build like a Illusions of Grandeur style deck. It was actually a constructed deck. Illusions of Grandeur was actually a top tier deck that I read about in like an old ass magazine called Tricks, and I really wanted to emulate that in Commander. And I even had a couple of those cards when I tried to make like a half-made Tricks deck that was like half proxies and whatnot. Anyway, yeah, so 2011, that's how I got into it. And Zedru is still a deck that I own all these years. Pen and Blade, Vow of Lightning, Ordeal of Nylea is also really good. I run this card a bunch. In decks that are like aura decks. What's it called? I'm blanking on names, but it is solid. Sakashima's Protege seems really sweet. 6 mana, Flash, Cascade. You may have Sakashima's Protege enter the battlefield as a copy of any permanent that entered the battlefield this turn. So you could turn into anything you cascaded into, or you can flash it in on an opponent's turn if they have something cool and interesting that you want to copy. It's a little bit restrictive. It is 6 mana that you have to keep up on opponent's turn, so a lot of decks can't run it. But I think it is kind of a really interesting card. And here we go. Here is here's my favorite commander from Commander Legends, Arumi of the Dead Tide. This is something that I've covered. Obviously, I previewed this card for MTG Goldfish, which was an honor. So I did an entire video on it. I've done a budget stream on Arumi. I will say, walking away from that budget stream, if you're up against multiple token opponents and all your removal spells are Fleshbag Marauders, you're gonna have a bad time. So you should shell out for like at least a Massacre Girl. A Massacre Worm is ideal too. And also the other thing is, I think it's really important to pay a bit extra money for like a Swiftfoot Boots. Ideally, a Swiftfoot Boots and a Lightning Greaves, because the combination of protecting her from targeted removal and giving her haste. Giving her haste is the really big one. Are really useful. So if I was going to rebuild her as a $50 deck, I would try to put in at least Swiftfoot Boots and ways to search up Swiftfoot Boots. So that is what I learned. But otherwise, I made some pretty sweet decks with her. I think the decks are really solid, minus those 2 improvements. So you can check that out on the stream, the videos that are on this channel. Ooh, we got Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. I haven't seen this in Limited, but I assume this card is pretty solid there. This is a Selesnya card, 4 mana, for a 2/2 Legendary Unicorn that has lifelink that says, at the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters among any number of other creatures. Also, why can't this get in focus, please? Does this work? Is it better? I don't know. Whoop. Maybe if I do that. I don't know if that helped. Anyway, this is a nice little combination of +1/+1 counters and life gain, which is kind of neat. Cool design space. Then we got another foil, a Brazen Freebooter. Neat. Good thing with Boots and Greaves is that they're pretty useful investment for many decks anyway. Yeah, that's true. Like they're just overall staples in Commander, so they're a good pickup. So even if you don't enjoy Arumi after you build her, you can always use that Boots and Greaves for something else. Did you have a paper copy already of Arumi? No, I don't have it yet, just because I'm so reluctant on building another Commander deck, because I have like 14. I built more than half of my Commander decks have been built in the past year, and I've been playing Commander for over a decade. I've in the past 9 years, I've had only 4 Commander decks at any given time. Only 4. And then in quarantine, I decided, you know what? During the year where I can't actually play, I can play the least amount of Commander I've ever had, in the entire time, in the decade that I've been playing, I decided I'd build the most Commander decks possible. Just, I don't know. It was my COVID coping mechanism, I guess. I don't know. A bit ridiculous. So, I'm looking at Arumi, and I'm like, I'm going to build her eventually, but, yeah, I'm waiting. Just for the sake of my sanity. Not so much my wallet. It's going to be a $50 deck. It's not going to be. Yeah. Nothing wrong with 14 decks. I think 14 decks it's reasonable. Especially for someone I played for a decade, right? I feel like if you space that out over many years, it makes sense. But for someone like me to make 9 decks in 1 year, that was kind of crazy. We got another solar token? All right. I mean, we got enough of those, but whatever. I find if your decks run those boots are strong in play groups, cutting them makes the game more fun and even. Find if your decks run those boots and are strong in your play groups, cutting them makes the game. That's true. I find that it's just for Arumi specifically, it's really, really helpful. Help me build a Scroll Sliver EDH deck? Squirrel Sliver. I've never heard that combination before, but I mean, a very easy way of doing so is you run the best squirrel generators, so like the Ranged Hermit and the new Hermit. There's not a lot. It's not a lot. Toski. And then you run Arcane Adaptation, and then the rest of the deck is a Sliver deck. I think that's probably the easiest way of doing it. What are the commanders for your decks? I did a article on MTG Goldfish fairly recently, updating my deck lists for Commander Legends. I don't know how to quickly find that URL, but all of my decks are listed there alongside the deck lists and all the new upgrades that I've been doing for Commander Legends. So the most updated versions of them. All right, let's see what we got. Makeshift Munitions. All right, not great. Aven Surveyor. A very, very nerfed version of a certain, I think it was like a blue, it was like a blue Avacyn Restored bird that was like a 2/2 for 4. That when it entered the battlefield, you bounce something. It was like the most overpowered card in the set or something for limited. This is okay. It's still fine. Angelic Gift, really useful as a padding for aura decks, like white aura decks, because it cantrips, which is nice. Dund Operative. Undying Rage. Kinsbale Courier, Richard's favorite card from the set. It is the new Kithkin that was promised. It's a 3-mana 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and it has Encore for 3. It's not a good, it's not a good card, but for Kithkin, it is one of the better cards, which is kind of funny. In the most recent Commander Clash, Richard was very hyped to showcase its power. We'll put it at that. Put it at that. Mistraven. Mistraven was the obnoxious blue bounce card. Yes, I love that card so much. Wild Side's pretty solid. Eyeblight Assassin. It's all right. Filigree Familiar. I have a lot of respect for in limited. It's really good in Arumi limited. Also, if you're like super budget, then it's fine in Arumi super budget as well. It immediately gets you some value. You gain 2 life when it enters the battlefield, and when it dies, you draw a card. So if you encore it with Arumi, you're drawing 3 for 3 mana, and you're gaining 6 life. Just really good value. It's also an artifact, so it has artifact synergy. It's really good in Teshar as a budget inclusion for Teshar. It's just a really nice, solid workhorse. Captain's Call. Create 3 1/1 soldier tokens. Y'all. Annoyed Altasaur is like one of the cards that it's really good in limited. I'll just say that. If your opponent is like a green deck and they just haven't been casting a lot of spells throughout the game, and you're like, what are they doing? What are they up to? And they're just kind of left alone, and then they hit 7 mana, and then all of a sudden they're just like casting Annoyed Altasaur, cascading, casting. Usually they just overwhelm the table. I like having like 4 of these in limited. Honestly, as many as I can get. Doesn't matter if like that ruins my early game. Just like late game, once I do have 7 mana, this card is a house. It has reach, it has trample, it has cascade. It's a giant beater. It's real good in limited. This card. Iona's Judgment, solid removal in limited. Lumen Grade Gargoyle. Intangible Virtue. Kwambaji Witches. I probably say that's wrong. I remember. So, like I said, I played Pauper before I got into Commander, and I actually wrote about Pauper on a site called Pure MTGO, which is still kicking these days. It's like the front of it's the article version, or it's the website of. There, finally got it. It's a website of a store that also is one of the most largest retailers on Magic Online as well. So they have a physical store where they sell the physical cards, but they also have a shop for Magic Online as well. And yeah, I used to write Pauper for them, which is kind of cool. Also, I actually wrote my first Budget Commander articles for them as well before I moved over to MTG Goldfish. Kwambaji Witches was actually really good in Mono Black back when I was playing Pauper. Or it wasn't really good. It was a sideboard card, but the artwork on this one is fantastic. Sed McKinnon It's real good. Real good. Frenzied Saddled Brute. Ooh, Vault of Champions. This is nice. It's a land. It's a dual land. It doesn't have basic land types, but it's almost always going to enter the battlefield untapped, and it's fixing. This is a great card. I will probably put it in something. Oop. I'll put it in something. Then we got the Group Hug Commander, Quain, Itinerant Meddler. This is an Azorius, Azorius, 2-mana Azorius, Rabbit Wizard, 1/3, that has not really any, I don't know. It's aesthetically, I would think a rabbit is all about going fast, right? The flavor text is why so slow, hurry up, you never know what you'll find. Flavor text and the fact that it's a rabbit makes me think this is definitely like a red-blue creature, right? It wants to go fast, and that's kind of what red is all about. But no, it's an Azorius card. Whatever. Okay, cool. It taps. Each player may draw a card. Then each player who drew a card this way gains 1 life. So this is a Group Hug card. I don't like Group Hug. I've gone on the record to say I do not enjoy Group Hug. Group Hug is not for me. And, more power to people who enjoy that stuff. Not for me. And people ask me to cover Quain as a budget commander, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not happening. It's not happening. Okay. To clarify, I do actually, one of my favorite archetypes is what I try to differentiate. I call it politics. So it's basically a Group Hug deck that gains a lot more value out of the shared resources than the opponents get. So it's like asymmetrical hug, I would say. Cards like Kineos and Tyros say that everybody gets to either put a land into play or draw a card, but you get to both draw a card and put a land into play each turn. That's asymmetrical Group Hug, which I call politics. Edric Spymaster Tress is also what I would consider a asymmetrical Group Hug, where everybody gets to draw cards if you hit opponents, so you don't get to lose life in the process. And also, your deck is designed to draw the most cards out of it. Also, Curses, too, or like Curse of Opulence, where it's like you get to attack this opponent, not me, obviously. You get to attack an opponent, and you'll like make a gold coin token, or you'll draw a card or something. But I'll also draw a card too. So that's a style of Group Hug that I like, which I call politics. Gore Muldrak, Amphinologist. This is a Simic legendary, 3 mana for a legendary creature, Human Scout. It's a 3/2. You and permanents you control have protection from salamanders. At the beginning of your end step, each player who controls the fewest creatures creates a 4/3 blue salamander warrior creature token. This, I will say, kudos to Wizards of the Coast for finally printing an underpowered Simic commander. I did not know it was possible for Wizards of the Coast to actually come up with an underpowered Simic commander. But sure enough, they finally did it. So congratulations. You win an award. It is very flavorful. I've never seen anybody actually play a Salamander deck, but I have gotten a bunch of emails being like, "Hey, I'm building a janky Salamander deck. Can you help me out?" So I'm kind of familiar with how to build him, but it's not really strong. But it is janky. So if you are looking for a low-powered janky deck that not a lot of people are actually brewing, so you got some hipster cred. Gordon Muldrak is your guy. I don't know. I've been talking him down, but I'm legit happy to see weaker, jankier commanders popping up now and then. Here we go. We got a Seer's Lantern. I think this is the first preview card. It's already bending. It's already curling. The curling in the foiling is remarkably trashy in Commander Legends. Beyond trash. To the point where like I have a Cauldron deck that is all bling. I want to have all blingy foily cards in my Cauldron deck. I'm not getting the foil versions that I need from Commander Legends for the Cauldron deck. I'm just sticking with the regular versions. I'm going to hope that eventually they print better foily versions of the cards from Commander Legends, because look at it. Can it stand up yet? It can't stand up yet, but give it a day. Give it a day. Commander, Statesman, Political Wizard. Yes. To be fair, this is pretty much hard counter as your tribal deck, kind of. But the downside is you actually have to run Gore Muldrak, so my foils so far are good. All right, so yeah, here's an important distinction. The American printing foils are trash because I'm not gonna crap on my American viewers because I love you guys, but the corporations and the companies that are situated in America, the big boys, they like to cut a lot of corners, and there's not a lot of good regulations involved, so you get trash like this. But if you get the European printings of Commander Legends, they're actually good quality. So I don't know if you can ask, but if you can get the European printings of these cards, you won't actually get these garbage pre-curling foils. They're actually pretty decent. It's just the American printings are garbage for Magic the Gathering. That's just how it is for a lot of things, like chocolate. I don't know why my brain went to chocolate, but it's true. All right. Also, Wizards of the Coast, please sponsor me. I promise I won't trash talk your products if you give me free stuff. How about that? Wobbity woo. All right, our token is, it's a golem. It's a token artifact creature golem. It's got this sick artwork. I think this is from Mirrodin, from Scars of Mirrodin block, aka New Phyrexia. I have a version of it, this artwork. I don't know if it's full art, but that's sick that we got some variety here. What did he get so far? Nothing too crazy. I think my favorite rare that we got so far is Togo Weaponsmith, Goblin Weaponsmith, and Snatch Foil. But so far, no crazy rares. Oh wait, no, we got a Vault of Champions. I forgot. We got a Vault of Champions. This is really good. We got a Vault of Champions. I'm happy with that. Kite Scale Skirmisher. Solid card in limited. Evasion's very high premium, and having Encore Evasion that gives your other creatures evasion is really good. And this is like an all-star common, I would say, especially in Pirate Tribal. Armory of Iroas. Okay. Ripscale Predator. Before, this is actually post-errata. Before, this was a creature, I think it was a lizard. And then when Ixalan came out, it was errata to a dinosaur, which is kind of cool. So Dinosaur Tribal, if they really want to play a bad limited draft card, now they can. That's neat. Strategic Planning, I would say, is a trap in limited. So one of the biggest criticisms I have for Commander Legends is they push very heavily a self-mill archetype in black and blue, and they devoted multiple common slots that mill you. So they have Strategic Planning, they have Corpse Churn, and they have Crow of Dark Tidings. All of these cards are traps because very often games will end with everybody having like 8 or so cards left in their library, just because it's very hard to end games very quickly. Just the boards get gummed up, and stuff with evasion gets removed very easily, and then you're just kind of left trying to figure out how to win the game without dying yourself. So self-mill is are you filming with a phone? No. Is it not picking up my microphone? Should be picking up my microphone. Maybe it's because my curtains are open to get some natural light, some natty light in here, and they're actually heavy curtains, so they actually do dampen the sound. So we can try closing the curtains and seeing if that helps. Behold the difference. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, it's gonna get a bit dark though. It's gonna get a little bit dark though. Shank setup away. All right. Let me know if the sound quality got any better, because I actually closed my curtains now, and they're heavy curtains, and their main purpose is to actually dampen the sound to stop the echo. All right, so what I wanted to say is strategic planning is a trap. Don't take these self-build cards. You're better off without them because you will mill yourself out. Spark Harvest, solid, removal, and limited. Spark Tongue Dragon, also solid and limited. Marble Diamond, very nice budget reprint for budget commander decks. It's not great, and enters the battlefield tapped, but it does tap for white mana, which is nice. Even in a mono white deck, if you have too much colorless sources and you need something that's like very color intensive, it's nice. Thorn of the Black Rose, I hear, is also good in Pauper these days. Court Denizen. Fertilid, fantastic in Kolfner, limited. Also just pretty decent in budget decks as well. Murder. Natural Reclamation, not a good card. Paying 5 mana to destroy an artifact or enchantment when Nature's Claim is 1 mana to do the same thing. Not worth the cascade. Sisay's Ring, strictly better than Hedron Archive for one main reason. The artwork is 10 times better. Like, look at this artwork. It's fantastic. Apparently, like, I know a lot of, like, artists gripe about how difficult it is to draw hands. This guy, I'm messing up his name, Donato Giancola. That sounds Italian. This guy frickin' nails hands. Look at that. Frickin' amazing. I would 100% run Sisay's Ring for this artwork over Hedron Archive any day. Any day. Strictly better Hedron Archive. Vow of Torment. Nice little throwback. The Vow cycle was originally printed in the first Commander Precon, Commander 2011. So it's showing up here again. Oh wait, it's actually a little bit different. I think this Vow of Torment is different from the original black one. I think the original black one was Intimidate, maybe? And this one's Menace? I want to say that, but I could be wrong. Foil Sisay's Ring is beautiful. What have we pulled so far? Not too much. We got a Vault of Champions. Nothing too crazy yet. Furnace Celebration, nice. Hey, there we go. I wanted a Thought Vessel. I want a couple of Thought Vessels. I want like 4 of them. Thought Vessel is just like a really solid commander card. 2 mana for a mana rock that comes into play untapped is really, really good. And this one has a very powerful effect. You have no maximum hand size. I draw lots of cards. I don't want to discard down to hand size all the time. Unless I'm playing like a Reanimator deck, then I do want to discard down to hand size. But Thought Vessel is just fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to put this... Woo! We got Rings of Brightheart. That's fantastic too. Rings of Brightheart was like an absurdly expensive card up until Commander Legends was released. Because Rings of Brightheart was originally printed in Lorwyn block, which I want to say is like 12, 13 years old at this point. 14 years? I don't know. I don't know how old Lorwyn is. But I do love the set very, very much. But it's a staple in a bunch of decks, most notably Super Friends, where you can basically copy the activated ability of Loyalty. 12 years old. You could copy the activated ability of Loyalty cards. Another tech that I really, really like with Rings of Brightheart is its synergy with fetch lands. So what you can do is, let's say you're cracking a Wooded Foothills, right? You tap it and you pay 1 life to crack Wooded Foothills to find, I don't know, a forest. You can pay 2 mana to double that ability because it's not a mana ability. It's just an activated ability. So then when you're cracking the Wooded Foothills, if you pay 2 mana with Rings of Brightheart on the battlefield, you can find 2 lands off your fetch land. So it's actually ramp. It's 2 mana ramp each time you activate Rings of Brightheart with a fetch land, which is really, really cool. I use this ability in my Chandra Super Friends deck. So I have a Chandra Tribal deck, and I was running Rings of Brightheart in it anyway because I wanted to double the activated the loyalty abilities of my Planeswalkers. But when I was adding Rings of Brightheart, I decided, you know what, I'm going to add a bunch of all the red fetch lands in the deck, like Bloodstained Mire and stuff, so that when Rings of Brightheart is on the battlefield, then all my fetch lands become ramp in the deck, which is really neat tech. This card was like, I don't know, like $40 before Commander Legends, and now it's like under $10. That is the power of a reprint. Also at Rare helped, obviously, a ton. So that was kind of cool. Show us your face, mate. Cards aren't quite as pretty, but don't overdo it. I don't understand. Don't understand the don't overdo it part, but okay. I only have one camera, so it's facing down. So sorry. Tomer, would you run Togo in a Wylith deck? Probably not. Maybe. If I had a lot of fetch lands and ways to run it. Thought Vessel is bad. Hedron Archive is better. Gosh, Tomer. No. Sister's Ring is better than Hedron Archive. All right, so I'm really happy about that one. Kanji Sky Warden is also showing up here. It's not a partner. It's like it's a flying tribal lord. But honestly, my favorite flying tribal lord is Asperia. But this is better if you're going for go wide, which is what bird tribals usually go for. And he is a bird himself, so I guess he is kind of like a nice de facto bird tribal commander. So that's kind of cool. Zara Renegade Recruiter. This is an Is it colored human legendary creature, human pirate, 4/3 with flying. Even though she doesn't really seem to be flying in the artwork, you don't see where her feet are. So maybe she's floating. She seems to have wings, but she seems to be standing on the stairs. So I don't know. The flying kind of throws me off here. Whenever Zara Renegade Recruiter attacks, look at defending player's hand. You may put a creature card from it onto the battlefield under your control tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker they control. Return that creature to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. This is a really cool effect. I like it. Not necessarily being a pirate tribal deck herself. You could put her in the 99 of a pirate tribal deck though, but her ability is just really unique and cool. You should definitely have like a sacrifice outlet on the battlefield too, like a Goblin Bombardment, so that you don't actually have to return the creature you stole back to its owner, which is a nice little tech. Just going downstairs, yes. And then we got a Moss Diamond. Again, look at that curl. Look at that curl. Ridiculous. What is Wizards? What is this? What is this? Oh boy. Oh boy. By the way, chat, do you want me to read any of the cards, or do you want me to speed it up? Because we do have a lot of boosters left, so there's that. I can go a little bit faster if you all want to. Tilt up and smile. What? All right, Mark. Mark, you're out of here. Get out of here, Mark. You're in a timeout. Are you Jewish? Yes, I am. She's in flying. She's on a ship. She's clearly on a flying ship. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Well, don't wanna mess that one up. All right. So we got Runaway. We got Armory of Erois. We got Wild Celebrants. We got Prosperous Pirates. We got Blade Brand. Champion of the Flame. Cemeterium Skeleton. Fall from Favor. A lot of people were complaining about this in Pauper. Can't comment because I haven't played Pauper in a decade, but that's kind of cool. Slith Ascendant. Elvish Visionary. Sky Diamond. Really solid, just as a budget inclusion. Armillary Sphere. Codex Shredder. Nice. Meteoric Mace. Monstrous Onslaught. All right, Dawnglade Regent, 7 mana for a elk, 8/8. When Dawnglade Regent enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. As long as you're the monarch, permanents you control have hexproof. This card I thought was kind of garbage. Turns out it's pretty decent because not only does it give permanents you control have hexproof, it itself has hexproof, which is very different between, I think there's like Archetype of Endurance, which has a very similar effect. I think Archetype of Endurance doesn't give itself hexproof. I could be wrong. But anyway, I found this in practice much more annoying to deal with than I expected, just because it itself has hexproof. So you really need to find a board wipe or you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So this card's cool. Tuya Bearclaw. Gruul. Kind of interesting. Not really. Nah. Hey, it's Saffron Olive. Wait, I didn't Prof make a video on that one? Which one? So what can you do? Pack one, pick one for each pack? Not the way I'm doing it. I would have to like go through each one. I would have to go back and showcase each one. But yeah, you know what? Fine. We could try for one pack. Our Archetype uses those. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're just both obnoxious. Anyway, I found them very annoying. Hans Eriksson. This is Saffron Olive. This is kind of cute. The card itself is just like a neat effect where you're cheating something into play, but it can kill Hans Eriksson itself. So you have to figure some way of protecting Hans Eriksson from the stuff you're cheating into play. It's just a very unique style of card. You can give it like indestructible for like a Darksteel play or a Shield of Cauldra. It's also like Gavin's favorite card that he said from Commander Legends too. Neat card. Give it and sign it to... Going to sign that and send Saffron Olive? I feel like he already had Zone, but I could. Ghost Ramirez de Petro. He's pretty solid. But the foiling is not. Prismatic Piper. Oh, and we had a token. I forgot about the token. The common blue claustrophobia that makes you a monarch. Yeah. Oh, if you move it, it will stop focusing on faces? Let's try that out. Well, let's give that one a shot. Let's see if that helps. Whoop. Or Hans can punch it in the face for 1 damage. Take that, Elvis. Yeah. Shows you right, Elvis Visionary. Bam. Tomer, have you ever built a sea creatures EDH deck? Yes, I have. I made a sea monster tribal deck budget that you can find on the main channel before this channel came up. So if you search up budget commander sea monster tribal, you'll find it. Erixmithes was the commander for that. And very sweet deck. So first one we got was an Elf Warrior token. We got Gale Strike, Briarblade Adept. Just saw it in limited. Oh, people wanted to see me do a first pack one, pick one. So I'll put it in a separate little thing first. Dragon Egg, Prying Eyes. The Spells Capsule is really solid, especially in artifact decks. Phyrexian Rager. Pattern pad under them probably will... The pattern pad under them probably doesn't help with the focus on the cards, probably. Fire Cannonade. Skywheeler Shot. Finglade Fugitives. Thorn of the Black Rose. Pilgrim's Eye. Pirate's Cutlass. Benevolent Blessing. Thirst for Knowledge. Mask of Memory. I love this card. Glad that it got reprinted. Feast of Succession. Nevinral's Disc. Ooh, that's nice. First rare. There's a little artifact board wipe. 4 mana for an artifact. Nevinral's Disc enters the battlefield tapped. You can pay 1 and tap it to destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Notably, it doesn't destroy planeswalkers because planeswalkers weren't a thing back then. So it's really good in Super Friends decks because you can wipe the board of everything except for your planeswalkers. It's also an artifact, so you can easily recur it and whatnot. And if you make all your artifacts indestructible, then the Veneral's Disc also survives because it doesn't have to be sacrificed as part of its destruction, as part of its activate cost. So if you have like a Darksteel Citadel, you can activate the Veneral's Disc every single turn and be obnoxious, and everyone will hate you. But good card. Breaches, Brazen Plunderer, very fantastic for Pirate Tribal. Inara, Wolved Familiar, not a big fan of Inara. It only gives your commanders indestructible on your turn, not other turns. It's really good for board wipes. So if you're a board wipe deck, you can like Wrath of the God every single turn, and your commander won't die. But I don't know, not really a big fan. Ooh, we got a Foily Command Tower. I was really excited for this for just a moment, but then I realized that the card stock quality is garbage, so I probably won't run it. Oh, what was the pack? The pick. What was the pick? I would probably just pick Nevinral's Disc, to be honest. It's either like Nevinral's Disc or yeah, I think it would be Nevinral's Disc. Having a board wipe in multiplayer in draft probably is the play, because then you can slow roll your hand, pretend that you're not really doing too much, and then you Nevinral's Disc, and then you're golden. Yeah, Nevinral's Disc plus Tower seems like a safe bet to me, honestly. That's how I would do it. Okie dokie. Did you have a good holiday season? It was fine, Quarantine's not great, but it was fine. I'm enjoying a pretty chill weekend. Was it good for you, Jonathan? Hopefully, yeah, it's a nice time to relax. Tomorrow, I built a Chroma Ludwig simply because I have a Lightning Angel in a deck. I found out how scary the Talpa is, especially with Swift Boots and a Crowbar on board. Oh man, that sounds quite fun. If Seth is Hans, which MTG card would you be? That's an interesting question. I actually haven't really thought about it. I don't know if there's any card out there that matches my face or something. I don't know. I feel like Seth was a unique case where it was just like, oh yeah, that's literally Seth. That's literally Seth. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Oh my god, I'm actually struggling to open this pack. All right, I figured it out. Chat. Avatar Cauldra, I guess so. How's the situation in Canada? In my part of Canada, not the best. Could be worse, though. Could be worse. All right, our token is a treasure token. Nice. All right. Forceful Denial. Having 5 mana up to counter a spell. Not great. Not a good card. Haunted Cloak. Pretty solid and limited. Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. It's actually pretty solid and constructed, too, if you really need these keywords on a budget. Not bad. Kind of like decent. Crimson Fleet Commodore. Okay. It's fine. Aqueous Form, I like. Defiant Salvager. Fleshbag Marauder. I love Fleshbag Marauder. This is a house and limited as well, but it's also just solid and constructed. Obviously, there's been some power creep. Like there's Plaguecrafter, which is like just a better Fleshbag Marauder. But even so, in decks that want to have a Fleshbag Marauder, usually want multiples, so this card still sees play. Raise Alarm. Fyndhorn Elves. This is a card that I wanted as well. I really like the reprint. It was like a $4 card for essentially what is just another version of Llanowar Elves. But I'm glad that it finally showed up as a common, and the price is now under $1, which is great. So I'm going to put it over in the I'm going to use pile. Murder. Anointer of Valor. Scrounging Bandar. Ooh, a command tower. I'm going to use this because it's not a foil. Spectral Searchlight. Skilled Animator. Nadir's Nightblade. Lore Seeker Stone. Court of Grace is an absolute house in multiplayer. I would be kind of interested in seeing it in Constructed too, especially if you're taking advantage of the fact like you're an angel deck, for example. It does make angel tokens. Alina Kessick Trapper. This is kind of sick. Just lore-wise, Alina is interesting. Just like with Helena, like, you know, first lesbian couple that we've seen in Magic lore. That was really cool to see. The Innistrad story is pretty solid too. It's nice to see them. They're getting represented in cards as well, so that's nice. Also, the cards themselves, Alina and Helena, are pretty solid, especially for uncommons. This card I am interested in running in Perforos. I'm not sure if it's going to stay in my final cut, but I am going to be testing her, so I'm going to put her in the my personal pile. Slurk All Ingesting. I know Krim is really excited about this. This is the Ooze Tribal Commander. Really, really sick in that way. Yeah, really cool. And then we got Scrounging Bandar, but it is a foil and it is garbage. All right. Wasn't Chandra Nissa? I guess. I'm not sure if their relationship developed during that time though, because I know Alina and Helena was during the return to Innistrad. I don't know when Chandra and Nissa became the thing. But I could be wrong. Maybe Chandra and Nissa were the first couple. Yeah. Alina and Helena were kind of like, it was like, I'm pretty sure they said they love each other in the short story. Ooh, this is a cool one. The horror token. This is the token for Phyrexian Rebirth, which I do think is a underrated board wipe. Wipes the board of all creatures, and then you get a token equal to the number of creatures that died. Like power and toughness equals the number of creatures that died. I think that's what it was. That token is gnarly, yeah. Finding them with a heavy weight will topple will reduce the curve, but will never make it complete flat, yeah. Alright, Flood of Recollection, Ivy Lane Denizen, Dragon Mantle, Prosperous Pirates, Jellum Tome, Ancestral Blade, Wild Size, another Charcoal Diamond. Ooh, Viscera Seer. I'm really happy with Viscera Seer. Maybe I'm going to put it in the happy to see if I need it in any deck pile. Soul's Fire, Perilous Mirror, Terramorphic Expanse, Warden of US Isle, Hunter's Insight, definitely a staple in Commander, I think. I think people are coming around to how powerful it is. I've been using this card to great use in a lot of my budget brews for like 6 years now. Just it can draw so many cards for the amount of mana you put into it. Really good. I'll put it in my maybe pile. Guiltleaf Winnower. Court of Ire. This is a sick one too. Lots of respect for Court of Ire. It's a 5 mana red enchantment that says when it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Court of Ire deals 2 damage to any target. If you're the monarch, though, it deals 7 damage to that player or permanent instead. This puts a giant target on you, but I mean, the effect is definitely worth the risk. I kind of like it in my Chandra Tribal deck, because while it does put the target on me, it moves the target away from my planeswalkers, because you can't attack a planeswalker and become the monarch. So what I like to do is I like to play Court of Ire and then hope that my opponents will try to attack me for the monarchy instead of my planeswalkers, and then subsequently I don't care about getting the monarchy back. It's just like a little red herring to get people to attack each other for the monarchy while my planeswalkers are being left alone. So I really like that. I'll put it in there. Ardent Intrepid Archaeologist, really solid in both equipment and auras, but mostly equipments, because equipments usually want to be moved around more often. Kedis, Emberclaw Familiar, is really sick, especially just like in Voltron decks, where you're just doing so much damage with your commander to opponents that Kedis just like can triple that damage to other people too. It can't duplicate commander damage, but it just duplicates damage or triplicates damage. It's also really good in Malcolm decks because if you hit somebody with Malcolm, for example, Kedis will then let Malcolm deal that much damage to 2 other opponents, and then you make 3 treasure tokens instead of just 1. So it's really, really good. Ooh, wow, okay. The Kinsbell Courier, Richard's favorite card. Maybe I'll hold on to this. Maybe I want to send that to Richard. Fully curled. And then we got a Prismatic Piper. All right. I will speed it up a little bit. Chat. So we got a lot of boosters to go through. Whew. All right. First token. Ooh, it's a Monarchy. I don't have a Monarchy token yet. That's sick. All right. That is a good start. Ivy Lane Denizen, Renegade Tactics, Strategic Planning, Spark Harvest, Earthscale Predator, Cage of Hands, Entourage of Trust, Malefied Twins, Scab Goliath, Court Street Denizen, Morphous Axe. Oh, it doesn't have the typo either, yeah. Fencing Ace, Null Collar, Hero's Blade. Immaculate Magistrate. I'm surprised that this is well, I guess it makes sense in terms of limited that this is a rare. It is very good in the elf deck, but yeah, it's solid in elf tribal. I will put it in the rare pile. Glacian, Powerstone Engineer, Radiant, Sarah Angel, Archangel, probably the worst partner ever printed. 7 mana for this is a big yikes. Okay. Scholar of Stars. And a Prismatic Piper? That was it? What? I feel like I was cheated on that one. Was this my only rare? I feel like I'm missing a rare here. Huh? Interesting. I might have missed it. Chat, but I thought I was getting another rare. I don't know. It's a rare token. What is your want list? I appreciate the offer, but I'll probably just buy whatever I need. Thank you, though. 1 rare and 2 legends is fine. Yeah. Meh. All right, another golem token. Portent of Betrayal, Trove Tracker, Molder Beast, Goblin Trailblazer, Sailor Means, Doom Traveler, Moss Diamond, Exquisite Huntmaster, Seraph of Dawn, Stone Fury, Ancient Anime, Maelstrom Colossus, Commander Sphere, very solid card, both in constructed and limited. Never wows me, but I'm always happy to see it. Open the Armory, very good and constructed. That's like a staple in equipment decks and aura decks. Mindless Automaton, Strength of the Pack. All right, here we go. Aurora Phoenix. 6 mana red Phoenix, 5/3 with Flying, Cascade. Whenever you cast a spell with Cascade, return Aurora Phoenix from the graveyard to your hand. This is really good value. Probably a little bit too slow for most constructed, but I mean, if you're just building a random Cascade deck, then it's really solid. But in limited, this card is a house. This card is insanity in a Cascade deck in limited. This is a 5/3 flyer. This just keeps coming back and comes with extra value. That's insane. In the rare pile. Kelith Sunmail Familiar. This card is actually pretty decent. I saw it in action. It's not bad. And then Rev Mastersmith. Fantastic card in equipment decks. Just giving all your equipped creatures double strike is fantastic. I have already an etched foil copy of Rev in my Cauldron deck. But I'm happy to see another one. Ooh, this is a card that I want to pick up. Bladegriff Prototype. This is a 5 mana artifact creature Griffin, 3/2 with flying. Whenever Bladegriff Prototype deals combat damage to a player, destroy target non-land permanent of that player's choice that one of your opponents controls. So it's kind of like political. Very interesting implication here because usually, if you want to work politics with an opponent, they're less likely to cooperate with you if you're smacking them in the face. But it's only 3 damage, so not the worst. I really like this in Perforos. It's a 5 mana card, but you can cheat it into play for 3 with Perforos if you need to. And it is a permanent, like flexible permanent destruction, non-land permanent destruction, in colors that generally don't have a lot of answers. So, like in black decks, for example, you don't have a lot of ways to deal with artifacts, and you have very limited ways of dealing with enchantments. So, Blade Gryff Prototype's really good there. The Mirror, same thing. So basically non-white, non-green decks. This is an interesting political implication. Oh, is it smudgy? Let's see if... I think maybe it's focus. Yeah. I'm not sure why the focus is all messed up. 1 second, though. Do-do-do. I don't know if that helped. Probably not. Yeah, it's just the focus. I'm not sure how to make the focus better, chat. I'm sorry. It's usually just an autofocus. I don't know how to manually make it better. Tomer, it seems like Voltron decks are either Boros or Selesnya. Do you know of any good Naya commanders for building a good Voltron deck? First one that comes to mind is probably Samut. Voice of Dissent. That probably could be good because she does have double strike and haste and flash. Switch to a solid color mat. I don't think I can do so very easily here. Actually, maybe if I flip my playmat over. If I flip my playmat over, maybe that'll work. What do you people think about that one? All right, I'm gonna flip my playmat over. It'll only take a moment, chat. Don't worry. If it doesn't work, then I give up. Whoop. All right, behold the backside. Oh, I hope it's not too dirty. Oh, it's a bit dirty. Ah! Behold the dirty backside. The dirty underbelly of MTG Goldfish revealed. Or just don't use a playmat. That's true too. Oh wow, now my webcam's like really struggling to focus. Let's see how it looks. All right. Webcam, do your best. Is it better? Oh man, my webcam does not like this at all. All right. Let's take it. Yeah, we're giving up. I think it's worse without the playmat now. Never bring by the playmat. Alright, there we go. Okay. Next pack is Champion of the Flame, Aven Surveyor, Angelic Gift, Thund Operative, Undying Rage, Runaway Together, Captain's Call, Farhaven Elf. This is solid. Good constructed playable card. Bitter Revelation, Filigree Familiar. Whoop. Raise the Alarm, Iona's Judgment, Lumengrid Gargoyle, First Response, Angelic Armaments, Grafted War Gear, Bio-Waste Blob. Here we go. Ooze Tribal Support. 4 mana for a green creature ooze, 0/0. Oozes you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a commander, create a token that's a copy of Bio-Waste Blob. So it's definitely an ever-growing threat, very ooze-like. Cards is really nice. I like it. Kesket the Flesh Sculptor. This is interesting. I feel like the requirement is a bit steep, but it is pretty solid in an Aristocrats deck. Runaway Together is gas. Here we go. I'm Modi, Celebrant of Bounty. Yeah, this seems legit. This is a Simic. Legendary creature, Naga Druid, 3/1 with Cascade. Says spells you cast with converted mana cost 6 or greater have Cascade. I was really stoked for this card until I realized that the mana cost is actually 5, not 6, or else it would have been a slam dunk in my 6 CMC tribal deck. But alas, I cannot run it. But it is very sick. And then we got Volcanic Torrent. Pre-curled. Yay. Strictly worse for costing 1 less. Exactly. Exactly. It's a garbage card. It would be so much better if it cost 1 more mana. Come on, design. What are you doing? Another Monarchy. Okay. Valakut Invoker. Ooh, Preordain. I feel like Preordain's still good. I'm going to put in my gonna keep pile. Soul's Might, Crow of Target Tidings, Rummaging Goblin, Supernatural Stamina. I really like still in like Toshiro decks and stuff. Really nice, just cheap way of protecting your black commanders from removal. Fire Diamond, Swad Commands, Wildheart Invoker, Elvish Doomsayer, Azer Fleet Admiral, Trusty Pack Beast, Path of Ancestry. This is a sick card. This is like almost an auto-clued in basically any tribal deck. Happy to run it. So I'm going to keep it. I like that it's a common too. That's really sweet. Sunset Pyramid, Noxious Dragon, Kamal's Will. 4 mana green instant that says choose one. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both. So first option is until end of turn. Any number of target lands you control become 1/1 elemental creatures with vigilance, indestructible, and haste. They're all still in lands. And the number 2 is choose target creature you don't control. Each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to that creature. The instant speed removal on the second part is really, really solid. The first part is a little bit more situational. It's not that situational, but like to get good value out of it is a little bit more situational. I think this card is like insane in any like green-white Achroma deck, for example. It's also really solid with Kamal because Kamal does give all your creatures overrun every single turn. So this card is just really solid in specific decks, and I think it's really good. Isior Wardwing Familiar. I feel like this is like a preview for like the Wizard, the Harry Potter place we're going to next year. I feel like this is the type of card that's going to show up more often. That'll be neat. Krark the Thumbless. Very nice. 2 mana red Goblin Wizard 2/2. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery you spell, flip a coin. If you lose a flip, return that spell to its owner's hand. If you win the flip, copy the spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy and has partner. This card obviously goes very well with Sakashima, so you can get 2 Quarks on the battlefield, double the triggers. Also really powerful with his thumb, which says whenever you flip a coin, you flip 2 coins, and then choose which one you want to keep. So the card gets very nasty very quickly, very powerful way of just like copying instant sorceries over and over again. Kind of insane, regardless. Yeah. Really good card. Anointer of Valor is the foil. And that was all right. That was an all right pack. Not going to complain about that one. All right, we're going to speed it up even faster now. I'm going to start skipping the, well, I actually don't want to skip the commons because we can just like randomly get preordains and Path to Exiles. But I'll go faster. I won't comment as much. Later Siberian Thunder. Thanks for stopping by. Croc's other thumb should be legal. Yeah, that'd be sick. All right, so our token is another monarchy. Okay. Crushing Vines, Pouring of Betrayal, Forceful Denial. I'll just, you know what? I won't even read them out. I'm just going to go over until I find cards that I like. Cards that Command Tower. That's a card that I like. That was pretty fast. Volcanic Dragon is one of my favorite artworks on, I think it was a common at some point. But it's one of my favorite artworks. Chris Ron did it. Really cool. Patron of the Valiants. Ooh, 3 visits. Now this is a spicy reprint. I forget how much it was initially, but I feel like this was like over $100 at some point, or like $70 or something crazy, because it was like printed one time in a very obscure set. So seeing it being reprinted one time as an uncommon, not even a common, uncommon in Commander Legends, and just tanking the price to make it more budget friendly and accessible for everybody made me really, really happy. So really cool to see. Command Beacon, also fantastic card. Great if your deck is very reliant on a commander that a lot of people probably want to kill. I'm going to put that in the keep pile. Senjur, the Dark Baron. Senjur is fantastic in Limited. Also probably really powerful in Constructed. I do want to build a Constructed deck around him at some point. He does die a lot, but I mean, if he survives, then he kills people. So I think that is a fair trade-off. And then we got a foil. It's a Fire Diamond. The theme is a magic school. Yeah, it's probably, when I think magic school, though, I think Harry Potter. Are there other like pop culture magic schools out there? I wouldn't even know. 3 visits used to be $350 or $130 or $300. It's one of those. That sounds all correct. Does sound, it is a silly price that I would not have ever paid for until getting it printed. All right. Common token is a treasure token. Yay! Skull of Stars. Mip. 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 Ooh, Farhaven Elf. Citizen's Ring. Strictly better Hedron Archive because that artwork is banging. Lightning Rig Crew is really powerful in Limited. Also, I think is the reason why Malcolm and Breaches don't specify combat damage, but any type of damage, which I think, in hindsight, was definitely a design mistake because Malcolm is just so broken without having to be restricted to combat damage, but that is a side rant. Stinger Fling Spider, Dreamstone Hedron, fantastic. Court of Cunning, I know Krim loves this card. It's a blue enchantment that says, whenever Court of Cunning enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, any number of target players each mill 2 cards. If you're the monarch, each of those players mills 10 cards instead. Got there, finally. So it's really good for self-mill, but it's also good for milling your opponents to use their graveyard as a resource. Really good in Rogue Tribal and any other deck like Phoenix that uses your opponent's stuff for reanimation purposes and whatnot. Then we got Captain Vargas Wrath. Fantastic. Jared Carthelion, the true heir. And yeah, that is a good monarchy commander. I did not think too much about it. I thought Queen Marchese is obviously way better than Jared. But you know what? He does his own thing, and it's kind of cool. And Seth kind of destroyed us with this deck, so props to that. I like it. Sky Whaler's shot is the Foily. Lots in anime, Doctor Anime. Yeah, I mean, I only have a doctorate in a very specific few number of animes, so there's that. How many packs left? Like 9? Where are all the mythics at? I don't know. We're getting not too lucky with them so far, but hopefully our luck will change. Boop, 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 boop. I'll find out how many packs are left after this one. Shimmermere. I thought Shimmermere was a rare at some point. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was down to... Ooh, there we go. Speaking of luck, we got an Opposition Agent. Opposition Agent, definitely one of the more controversial cards that came out of the set. It's a black 3-mana... black human rogue 3/2 of flash that says you control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. While an opponent is searching their library, they exile each card they find. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast them. So if your opponent cracks like a Wooded Foothills, you get to control which land they find, legal target they can find with the Wooded Foothills. It could be 0, you could like fail to find, or you could just like exile a forest or whatever and then play it on your turn. Or you can, if it's like a demonic tutor, you can just find whatever you want and exile forever, or you can play it whatever you want. It's always a really powerful value. Opposition Agent definitely puts a target on you when you cast it. But it's a great way of basically shutting down decks that are very heavy on tutoring, heavily reliant on tutoring, especially any green decks that are focusing on land ramp. Any land ramp requires you to search your library to find a land and put it onto the battlefield. Opposition Agent kind of shuts all of that down for just 3 mana. And it got controversial because, first of all, a lot of people just don't want to be up against such a powerful stacks, light, soft stacks style card. And also, there used to be a card that did very similar ability, even Mindcessor, that costs 3 mana, and does the exact same thing, has basically a similar effect, but just is way worse. Opposition Agent is way better, so people were like, wah, like, why is it not a white card, and why is it so much better than the white version? Which, I mean, that's fair. I agree with that. I will be running it in my Toshiro deck, just as a playtest. If it's too much of Feel Bad, or if it's just like too much of an arch enemy card, then I'll take it out. But I am glad to have opened it, because now I can even give it a shot in my deck and see how it is. Numa Jiraga Chieftain, kind of meh, but really powerful and limited. Oh, and it came with Miara, which is, yeah, if you want to play Elf Tribal in black-green Elf Tribal in limited, Miara and Numa are kind of what go together. Also, if you want to play Golgari Elf Tribal and you want to play a more controlling long-term deck, Numa and Miara is still very good there. And then we got Prosperous Pirates. I'll super chat you €10 if you rip it up. No. It's worth more than €10. No. Oh, I should probably open these. Okay, we'll find out how many we have left. Papa, 5, 7, 8. We have 8 left. 8 left. This is number 8. token is the Monarch. Woo! All right. I'm going to skip through all the cards I don't care about anymore. Finn Hornell's very sweet. Fleshpound Rooter. Siren Storm Tamer is really sweet too. And a bunch of like aggressive-y low CMC cards. All right, we got another Blade Griff prototype. Very solid. Hamza, Guardian of Arashin. Richard built a Hamza deck that was very interesting. He was using it basically to cheat out Eldrazi. I did not expect that to happen, but you never expect Eldrazi, I guess. Ictectic Salvage Splicer, again, another really cool style for green that is kind of outside of the norm, where you're focusing on golems. I like that. And it focuses also on artifacts too, kind of, in a way, which is something that green doesn't usually get to do, but it does it in a very green way, so I like it. Oh, wow. I feel like this is a good one. Ludwig, Necro, Alchemist. One of the weaker partners. I mean, thanks, Mark, but I said I'm not going to rip it up, but I'll take the money. Thank you. So Ludwig, Necro, Alchemist is one of the weaker... one of the weaker partners, or out of the originals, but he's still pretty decent. People were complaining about him when he came out as like, oh, this doesn't really do the character lore-wise justice, because he was pretty significant in Innistrad lore. But honestly, he's pretty decent. And I think he's only gotten better with age. People have like started to appreciate him more. I've always wanted to build like a four-color Edric deck, which are all focused on basically attacking my opponents and encouraging them to attack each other as well. And I think Ludwig plus Sidar Kondo were my two favorite partner pairings for that style of play. So I'm kind of really happy to see him in an etched foil, and it really looks good. Really looks good in an etched foil, at least in person. I don't know about webcam. Hey Mark, how's it going? Opposition agent already paying up? Nice, yeah. I mean, I'll keep the card and I won't rip it up, and I'll also take a $20 super chat bonus. Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to put this in the pile that I'm going to keep. Huzzah and such. Ludwig is pretty sweet. Don't $25, don't rip up Oppo Agent. Is this how it's going to go? I'm okay with a bidding war on whether or not I should rip up Oppo Agent. You know what? Fine. Fine. Highest super chat bonus finds out, can determine the fate on opposition agent, all right? Is that the game you want to play? We'll play that game. You may super chat tip or whatever, I don't know what it's called. Super chat, donate, tip, whatever, to figure out if opposition agent is removed or not. The highest will determine whether or not it gets ripped up on webcam or not. I'm down. Thank you for also, by the way, thank you to both of you for the tip. I really do appreciate that. We just say it in jest, but yeah. So zombie token. We got Impulsive Pilferer. Bunch of meh. Fathom Fleet Swordjack, I'm a big fan of. Encore, Valve Flights, Sandstone Oracle. I run in my Perforos deck. Good way to just refill the hand. Spectator Seeding. I like this card a lot. This is just like untapped dual mana for Boros. Really, really solid. I mean, comes to play untapped. Taps for red and white. It's a staple for Boros decks. Really, really good. Gonna keep it in my personal pile. Gilarna, Caller of the Wirewood, also really solid. Oh, there we go. There's an Obika. Obika Brute Chronologist. I really like this commander. She is the most popular commander in terms of EDH rankings from Commander Legends, and I think for good reasons. Her as a Grixis creature, Ogre Wizard, 3/4. that has a very unique ability. You could tap her, and the player whose turn it is may end the turn. And that means exile all spells and abilities from the stack. The player whose turn it is discards down to their maximum hand size, damage wears off, and this turn and end of turn effects end. So it's really, really powerful because there's if you're building around her, there's a lot of really powerful cards that at end of turn do something negative. So in Commander Legends itself, there's the Encore mechanic, where you get to make a token copy of the creatures from your graveyard, and then end of turn you have to sacrifice it. Obika, you could just end the turn prematurely, and then you keep the tokens forever. But also, just even if it's like an opponent's turn, and let's say they're getting attacked for a lot of damage, you can end the turn for that opponent, the defending player. Sorry. If a person is wait, it doesn't work that way. My brain is not working properly. There could be some negative effects where, like, it's on somebody's turn and somebody's instant speed tries to cast a removal spell to stop, to remove something on a permanent on that permanent's owner's turn. You can just end the turn so that removal spell no longer happens. That is a legitimate thing you could do. I don't know why I got the first one wrong. That was totally wrong. Ignore that part. Yeah, if somebody casts Cyclonic Rift at end of turn, you can just stop that as well. That is a good point, Jonathan. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So this is a really cool card. I'm glad that I have opened it up and put it in my collection. He will rip it off camera? No. I'll rip the card on camera. That is part of the deal, my friends. I will rip it up on stream. The highest bid will determine whether or not it is ripped up or not. Looks like the opening went pretty well. I'm not even sure. I don't know the prices of all these cards. I'll wait until the last pack. Yeah, I'm not sure about the prices of all these cards. Or how much a box is, really, because this was a gift from Richard. Thank you, by the way, Richard. All right, we got another Monarchy. Blah! All right, Gale Strike, Fireblade Adept, Raisin Freebooter, Kitesail Corsair, Gift of Paradise, Lissalana Bowmaster, Ghastly Demise, Core Cartographer, Silverback Shaman. Why am I reading these out, by the way? I said I wasn't going to. I'm not gonna. You can't make me. Bleh. Merchant Raiders is just obnoxious in Pirate Tribal, by the way. Just all your pirates and itself tapping, like freezing down opposing creatures is just kind of disgusting. Really powerful, uncommon. Body of Knowledge. 5 mana blue creature avatar. Body of Knowledge's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size, and whenever Body of Knowledge is dealt damage, draw that many cards. I think this is a powerful ability if you have a way to deal damage to your own Body of Knowledge. So something like Pyrohemia, where you can pay 1 red mana to deal 1 damage to each creature or player, and then you grow the Body of Knowledge and you draw a card each time you do it. That's kind of insane. This card is kind of fun. I don't think it's like incredibly powerful or anything, but it's a really fun card. It is definitely a Tomer card. You're correct. Isn't it really good with the Nivs? I think so, yeah. Because you could like infinitely grow and infinitely draw cards off Body of Knowledge. So I'm going to put it in my my personal pile. Jury Master the Review. Oh, wow, Mark, you're still going for it, huh? Alrighty. I'm down. Jury Master the Review. This is like a character that's shown up in a bunch of like flavor on Rakdos cards in the past in Ravnica. So it's cool to see his own card. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Jury. When Jury dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. It's not an incredibly powerful card, but it is a neat card. Tormod Desecrator. And we got a foil Lightning Recruiter. Alright. We got 5 more boosters left. The search for the Jeweled Lotus continues. Actually, I don't really care about Jeweled Lotus. I really want a Vampiric Tutor for Toshiro. But it would be cool to get a Jeweled Lotus, and then I can trade it in for a Vampiric Tutor. Have you hit any Mythics? I don't think so. I don't think I hit any Mythics. Oh, I have. No. No, I don't think so. Oh, yes, I've hit 1 Mythic. I got the Archon. I got the Archon of Coronation. The bad Mythic. Which is fine. Also, Ludwig. Yes, Ludwig was also a Mythic. I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, so I hit 2 Mythics. All right. Path of Ancestry, very nice. I feel like, I don't even know how much it costs these days, but I feel like I need to keep them in a separate spot because they're just really sweet. Reclamation Sage is another card that I just can't get enough of, really. Do not rip the agent. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, bud. Hey, look at what we got. We got the card I wanted. We opened up the Vampiric Tutor. So this card is going instantly into my Toshiro Umezawa deck. Toshiro says, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you may cast a instant or sorcery, you can cast an instant from your graveyard, and if you do, then you exile it instead of putting it back into the graveyard. So it's like a proto flashback ability, and Vampiric Tutor is one of the most powerful tutors in the format, and it happens to be an instant. So that means Toshiro can actually cast it from the graveyard, which is incredibly powerful. If this were Vince's stream, people would be donating for him to lick the agent. I will not be licking the agent on webcam. You don't even bother trying to donate for that. That doesn't sound like Toshiro to say that. Flashback predates him by many years. Oh, that is true. The flashback does predate him. Yeah, right. It is from like Onslaught block, I believe, right? Yeah, that's fair. Oops-a-daisy, but whatever. His version is cooler, I think, because it requires people to die. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. This actually made the box for me because I really wanted to get a Vampiric Tutor, and the price of it has not gone down as much as I thought it would. I was waiting a while to pick up a copy of it. So I'm really glad that it actually showed up in this box because I really wanted one. So that's great. This actually made the box for me because I got the card that I really wanted from it. So yeah, this is everything else beyond this is just gravy now. I'm really, really happy with this one. All right, we got Alaru, Alharu, Solemn Ritualist, Lisa, Shroud of Dusk, which is really cool. I got to play her in a future Commander Clash video, which hasn't gone up yet, so I won't spoil anything about it. But I will say what the theme was. What a lot of people have been asking for ever since Lisa was revealed is for a Sisters of Innistrad theme week. There are 4 Angel Sisters from Innistrad. Each of them are 2 colors. They're white and one of the other 4 colors. And each of them lead their own flight of angels to protect the humans of Innistrad. And we've seen 3 of them in previous Innistrad stories, in previous Innistrad blocks. But we've never seen Lisa because Lisa actually got killed by Avacyn before the story of the original Innistrad. So it was really cool to see new Lisa show up in Commander Legends, completing the cycle. And because there's 4 of them and there's 4 of us on Commander Clash, we decided to do a video on Commander Clash of each of us playing one of the Angel Sisters, 2-color Angel Sisters. And And the game was really cool. So yeah, a lot of people were requesting that specific theme as soon as Lisa was first showcased, and we got to do it on Commander Clash for next week's episode. And yeah, I think everybody will enjoy it. Wait, not next week. It's 2 weeks in advance. 2 weeks in advance. Next week is New Year's, and then the week after that is Lisa. My voice is going away, which kind of sucks. Whew. Oh, this is a cool foil. Shame the card quality is garbage, but the foil looks cool. Yeah. All right, that'll be the last time I harp up on the foils, I promise. All right, we got 4 more boosters. Yeah, that episode should come out in like two weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Nightbot so sassy. Yeah, Nightbot does what Nightbot does. I don't know. Mana drain, mana. I mean, I already got Vampiric Tutor. I don't think I will get any more mythics in this pack, in this box. But I mean, who knows? Ooh, that's a cool copy. This token can be used to represent a token that's a copy of a permanent. I've never seen a token like this before. I don't think it's very effective at what it does, but A for effort. All right, we got another Preordain, which I think is really good. Blade Brand. Bum, 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 bum. No rip. What's CLP 1000? Whoa. Is this CLP 1000? I don't even know what that is. But thank you, Daijay. No ripping cards. Always take care of yourself. Thank you. Much appreciated. Sanitarium Skeleton. All right, we'll go going. Hey, we got an austere command. 6 mana white enchantment, or 6 mana white sorcery. Choose 2, destroy all artifacts, destroy all enchantments, destroy all creatures with converted mana to cost 3 or less, destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 4 or greater. This is one of like the staples in Commander that was a staple since the format's inception and remains a staple to this day, I believe. I don't think it has been really knocked out in terms of power creep. It's always a good card to have. So glad to have another copy. Brineland, the Moon Kraken, Falthris, Shadowcat Familiar, and our final card is a Wild Celebrant. All right, 3 more boosters. 3 more boosties. What can they be? Austere Command is best 5+ CMC board wipe. I agree. All right, our token is a Spirit token. Now we got Runaway Together. Bunch of comments. We got another command tower. Always glad to see more command towers, honestly. I put it in the rare pile. Or I'll put it in my personal pile. There we go. Coastline Marauders hits so freaking hard. Oh my goodness. It's a great... I only run in Pirate Tribal, but honestly, this card slaps. I don't know. It hits people so hard. It has Trample and Encore, and I just love it. Coastline Marauders. Necrotic Hex. 7 mana sorcery black. Each player sacrifices 6 creatures. You create 6 tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. This card is the card I hate the most in all of Commander Legends. More than Jeweled Lotus. More than Hull Breacher, more than all of those. I hate this card so much because you have to sacrifice 6 creatures and you make 6 zombie tokens, but the CMC, it's 7. Why is it 7? What is wrong with Wizards, please? This could have been a 6 CMC spell. You were so close. I could have put it in 6 CMC Tribal. It would have been fantastic. Gosh. Wizards. This is the card I would, if people wanted me to rip it, I would rip it. This is mean. This is a tease, and I do not approve. Do not approve, good sirs. Armix Filigree Thrasher. Oh, this is a cool one. This is a full art Tevish Svat Doom of Fools. It has an interesting template to it. It has that like early 2000s background aesthetic going on. It is quite powerful though, and interesting. There was a lot of controversy initially with this because they're like, some people don't like Planeswalkers as commanders. I personally like them. And people don't like partners. A lot of people don't like partners because the original printing of partners were very powerful. I think the new partners are absolutely fine. And this is a partner. This is a commander with partner. It's a Planeswalker commander with partner, which is like double the thing people hated. But I think people really cooled off on this because this card is very powerful and looks really, really flashy, but it's not like broken or anything. It's a 5-mana Planeswalker. Starting loyalty is 4. It has a +2 ability. Create 2/0/1 Black Thrall creature tokens. +1, you may sacrifice another creature or planeswalker. If you do, draw 2 cards. Then draw another card if the sacrifice permanent was a commander. And it has a very flashy ultimate -10 ability. Gain control of all commanders. Put all commanders from the command zone onto the battlefield under your control. So you can still keep people's commanders from their command zones, which is insane. I really like the best pairing that I've seen with Tevish Vat is with Rograk, because Rograk is a 0-mana commander. So you can play Tevish Vat, and then you can play Rograk +1 to sacrifice Rograk and draw 3 cards off that for 0 mana. For a 0-mana investment, which was kind of insane. Then you can play Rograk again for 2 mana, and then sacrifice him again to draw 3 more cards, and that's kind of really, really good. So I really like that. Yeah. Personally, I like the the normal version of Tevish Vat a little bit more, but I mean, I do appreciate that they were trying different stuff, so that's cool as well. Then we got Dawnglade Regent in foil, which is cool. Yeah, so I guess we got all our mythics now. I'll trade you for a Gilmore. You want the Tevish Svat? I mean, I can just give it. Like you donated enough. Yeah, if you want it. How much is it? I don't even know. Boo, boo, boo. $14? Yeah. If you want it, send me an email at tomer@mtggoldfish, and you can have it. All right. We got two more boosties. 2 more boosties. And no worries, bud. Just send me an email, and I'll get it done. Get her done. The foil rare is still in the compile? Oh, thank you. All right, makeshift munitions. Bunch of stuff. Second last pack of the day. As if I'm going to do this again more frequently. Probably not. I don't think I've bought my own booster box in forever. Well, I haven't opened a booster box in forever. Hey! This is the card that I also wanted. Armored Skyhunter is fantastic in both aura and equipment decks. This is a 4-mana white creature, cat knight, 3/3 flyer that says whenever Armored Skyhunter attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put an aura or equipment card from among them onto the battlefield. If an equipment is put on the battlefield this way, you may attach it to a creature you control. Put the rest of those cards onto the bottom of your library in any random order. This card is fantastic in equipment-heavy decks. Every single time you're attacking, looking at the top 6 cards of the library, you should do the math yourself, but I think for mine, it was like an 80% chance for Armored Skyhunter to find an equipment card in the top 6 number of cards. And not only does it put it onto the battlefield, so you don't even have to pay the mana to cast it from your hand, but it also allows you to immediately equip too. So if you have a sword of X and Y that you hit with Armored Skyhunter, you immediately equip it to one of your attacking creatures. You're saving money. You're saving mana on the equip cost as well, and the casting cost of the equipment itself. And you get immediate benefit during that attack trigger too, because it's equipped to a creature that's attacking, deals its damage, and you get like that combat trigger from Sword of X and Y or whatever. So I think this card is absolutely fantastic. It's going straight into my Cauldron deck. I don't have a copy of it yet, but now I do. So that's great. I'm going to put it in my personal pile. I don't mind doing more box openings for sure, but I mean, I'm not going to be spending cash money to do so. That YouTube money is not that good. It's not good enough to afford booster boxes, and I also have to fix my webcam focusing issue and stuff too. I'm definitely open to it though. If people want to send me booster boxes to open on stream, I will gladly do so. Or shout out to Wizards of the Coast. Please give me products and I will shill for you. Please. Abomination of Llanowar, really sweet. Prava of the Steel Legion. Foil Fertilid, very nice. And the Monarchy, which I forgot to take out. All right, chat. Did someone donate this box to you? It was a gift from Richard, a.k.a. from MTG Goldfish, a.k.a. Richard, for the holidays, which is very nice of him. Thank you, Richard, if you are watching. Whoa. I'm sorry about Oppo Agent. Bye. All right, I mean, I think... Whoa. Jeez. Don't rip, please. That was an incredibly fast don't rip. Whew. All right, well, we got one more booster. I think it's... I do think it's... No Rip Gang is winning, but it's very close. Jeez, all right. Now the Rip Gang is definitely winning. Jeez, you forgot to take out the Monarchy? Very Canadian. Look, she's... I don't care about the Queen. Secret. The only reason why I say I like the Queen is to annoy Vince, because I know it annoys Vince. But I don't care about the Queen. I don't care about her at all. But don't let Vince know that. Yeah, Rip Gang is in the lead. So after this last pack, that seems like what's going to happen. All right, Spark Tongue Dragon. Whoa! All right, frick. Tabby, thank you so much for keeping the opposition's... Oh my goodness, Guillermo. Oh my goodness. All right, well, this is insane. Jeez, Danon too. Okay, a lot of people are fans of Opposition Nation. What is going on? Oh man. Jeez, this is just started off as a joke, but I am legitimately touched. So thank you. We're gonna go through We're gonna go through the last pack very slowly. All right. Slowly. Streamer learns that incentives work. I mean, I could always do like a wrist channel where I could show my wrist for donations, but Nick Nick, do you have anything to say, Nick? That's $5. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rip it and keep making... Okay. What? What? Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. The Rip It Gang is definitely in the lead. Yup. Yup. Okay. I appreciate it, by the way. We definitely appreciate the support. Yeah. So we're just going through this last pack. Just admiring the cards. Orzhov Advocates is a nice political card too. Demonic Lore, nice with Blim. Oh, we got another mythic rare. I didn't expect another mythic rare, but we also got the one that I wanted. I want Hellkite Courser for my tribal deck. My tribal deck is basically a changeling deck that runs a bunch of different tribal support cards. So like a Sliver support card, Reaper King supports Scarecrows, we got some Elf support card, we got a bunch of them all put together. And the commander for my tribal deck is actually the Dragon, which is a 9-mana dragon. Yeah, I'll send the rip parts to Krim. The Dragon is a 9-mana Wooburg dragon with Eminence that gives all dragons, like all dragon spells you cast, cost 1 less. So they make all my changelings and dragon spells cost 1 less. And when it's on the battlefield, it has this incredibly powerful ability where it says whenever you attack with dragons, you draw that many cards, and you put a permanent onto the battlefield from your hand. Hellkite Courser cheats that Dragon into play, this 9-mana commander into play, so you get its like amazing attack trigger value immediately. And the Courser costs 1 less too, thanks to the Dragon, so it's 5 mana to do. And then after you do that, you have the 6/5 flyer, which is insane. So this card I was gonna buy too for my tribal deck, and now I opened it. So this was like insane hits. This is like a really good box for us. Literally got everything we wanted. I wanted a Vampiric Tutor, I wanted Hellkite Courser, I wanted some Thought Vessels, and we got it all. Tomer, did you send Vince another gift for Christmas? Yes I did. Then we got Dargo, we got Cialan, and we got a Burnish. Oh wow, this is like an incredibly scuffed Burnish card. I don't know if you can catch it, but it's very dark, and like it looks like somebody splattered ink onto it. It's very washed out. Ugh. That is an ugly foil. All right. Let me just catch up on chat very quick, and then we will do the deed. What happened to No More Quality? It was exceptionally bad. I had to point it out. Thank you for all the great content, and sorry for contributing to your card review. No worries, man. I mean, with the donations, I'm just gonna buy another one. I can buy multiples now. I appreciate it. It ended up being a very good box, yeah. Someone chopped up names to set the cropped art to wow. That deck I'm building similar to Tomer, yeah. Tribal is a very sick deck. It's my favorite deck that I ever made, I will say. How's Richard as a boss? He's awesome. What do you expect me to say about Richard as a boss too? Like, he's legitimately awesome, but even if he wasn't awesome, you think I would say he's terrible on stream? On the Goldfish stream? He is really good. He's a sweetheart too. He's actually a great boss. All right, the time has come, my friends. You have decided. You decided this one opposition agent cannot survive. Let us get some F's in chat for this opposition agent that, recently brought into this world, so sweetly and so soon taken away. Oh man. All right. Sign it, then rip it. I mean, I could do that. Where is my gold? Oh, I have it already here. All right, we got a gold marker. I'm just gonna double check that it is good for writing. It's fine. Do I have a fatter gold? Yeah, they're both about the same. They're both dollar store markers. All right. So, we will sign you, and then we will rip you. I don't even know where to do the signature on because the text box is freaking massive. Bam. Yes, I am left-handed, Dan. That is a keen observation. All right. We will start with the rip. And I'm going to go top down, right? I'm going to go vertical. Goodbye, opposition agent. This is what stream wanted. There it is. There it is. Interesting thing, though. This does expose the blue core. So if you want... if you want to know for sure that your that your card is not fake, all you have to do is rip it up, and you can find out that your card is fake or not. If it's a black core, it's fake. If it's blue, though, it's legit. So that's all you have to do to make sure that it's legit, is rip it up. There you go. There you go. You learned something. This is an educational stream. All right, one more rip for good measure. All right. So this will be Crim's holiday gift, New Year's gift. All right, the Rip It Gang won this time. The Rip It Gang won this time. Maybe if people enjoy this style of thing, maybe that could be a recurring thing if I ever do another box opening. But yeah, that was it. That was a pretty solid box stream. That was a pretty solid box. We got, I wanted a Hellkite Courser, and I got one. Armored Sky Hunter I wanted. Command Tower I definitely wanted. And then the Vampiric Tutor was a big one. Vampiric Tutor was definitely a big one. A big win. A big dubs for the unboxing stream. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me on that little unboxing stream. This was definitely something I haven't done ever. I've never unboxed live. I haven't unboxed a box in like literally probably a decade, maybe even more. So that was really fun. So thank you so much, Richard, for the box, and thank you so much for joining, for watching this. That was great. I'm surprised there were so many people who showed up. So much, and thank you so much for people who sent money my way. That was really, really kind of you. And I definitely appreciate it. Even if a lot of the money was sent for for a destructive cause, but I mean, Opposition Agent is definitely a salty card, and we have confirmed that the salt has won this stream. Yeah, thank you, Mark, for setting up that movement. I did not expect that movement to get so much momentum. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that finances another box stream. All right, everyone, that's it for now. Happy holidays. Hope you enjoyed your holiday weekend. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're just relaxing, having some nice, chill vibes this weekend. And thank you again for joining me today. So again, everyone, bye.